station. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
When Red Schoendienst ended the longest All-Star game on record with a homer, they gave it all to the National League. When he grew up, he would hit 7 feet. He would also become one of the highest scoring players in basketball history.
Penalty flag on the play. Pass is caught. That's Ingold, the fullback, for the touchdown, but a flag is down.
Absolutely fantastic.
Rebound. Oh! Did you see that? One of the saves of the year from Marc-Andre Fleury.
Hey, good morning, world out there in Showland. I'm trying to get back into the groove.
You're from Jersey, and you have these other accents.
I know. That was my vacation accent.
Okay.
I'm Aaron Phillips. That is Scott Hosey. Welcome to Power Play Sports Collectibles Show, coming to you live for the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of beautiful Las Vegas. Toasty Las Vegas, by the way, I might add. Thank you for watching us this morning. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on GoLive.Vegas, we're on Go Live Vegas mobile app, Periscope, Twitch. Send us a live tweet, anything that you want. As always, our phone numbers and stuff I'll go over in a few minutes. Mr. Scott, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I had somebody filling in for you this past week on a couple shows, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Jason, for kicking. Can you drop my volume a little bit, if you don't mind, please? Thank you, sir. Listen, I'm glad he was able to come in and you give him an opportunity to host. He did a good job.
He did a fine job.
Excellent. So how are you otherwise? Survived him on the mic?
We survived him, and I want to appreciate you and I did a little sports interview last night.
Yeah.
On a different TV show, and that'll be airing on Monday night.
Yeah, it's a show called Vegas Unveiled.
Yep.
Produced by Vegas the Network, and it'll be available this Monday. It's Sports Week on that show, where they do a lot of Vegas-rooted stuff. And last night's show that you and I taped and recorded live on Zoom, although you'll see it, the recorded and edited version, Monday, 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. on YouTube America. U is Y-O-O, and it's YTA.com. Also, it's a service and a network available through Roku people can get, or you can just watch it online. So stay tuned. We'll share all the links and news when we get them from the producer of Vegas, the network, so we can share with everybody. Yeah, so we had the opportunity as part of what we did. I interviewed you, which was a lot of fun because I've never really interviewed you.
Not really.
We've just jumped into this and have done it and have become fast friends. But so we had fun with that. And then Cain Velasquez.
Yes, I made that. Kick your you-know-what if you keep saying that.
And it's funny Ken asked that during the break because I had it in my head. I'm like, man, that Velasquez just is not coming out smooth. So, but he was cool about it. But Cain, listen, God bless him, the champ. I hope if you're watching, thank you again. Great guy, a lot of fun chatting with him. And then he put you and I to the test.
Yes, he did. A little trivia. We'll let the folks, watch. And just so you know, it's sort of like a first date. You let the other person win. So,
good morning, everybody out in chat land out there. And thank you for watching. I saw Jeff is out there, Paul Moreau. Everybody's tuning in and checking in. We appreciate it. As always, please share our feeds. Direct or start your own watch party to reshare them if you would. Hi, Tuesday. Long time no see out there as well. Hey, our phone number, 702-329-6947. That's 702-329-6947. If you're outside the United States, 855-502-4321. And, of course, Hey, tweet us. We're on Twitter. Your tweet will show up live right on the screen, which we can address using hashtag PPSC Live.
Shout out to Ann down there in Brownsville, Texas. She's watching us.
All right.
Yeah.
Must be hot and humid down there.
Yes, absolutely.
I bet-
Texas near the water, yes.
I was going to say, I bet Aaron knows where that is.
Yep.
Right? That's it. So thank you, everybody, for watching. All right, sir. Let's get rocking and rolling. What's on the dais, of course?
Well, first of all, just a friendly reminder to everyone about the masks, and we have our Jason PSA that will air on our first break, which I just think so brings a little humor to it, but means a lot. So the mall, we're still open, Boulevard Mall on the corner of Desert Inn and Maryland Parkway.
Right on.
Once again, 6-foot rule. The occupancy is still 50%. Masks are required. If you're sick, not feeling well, stay at home. Don't risk yourself and or anyone else around you. And the key thing, I think, is stay courteous to one another. There's a lot of pressure on everyone right now, and it's not a good time. And just stay courteous, stay friendly, respect people's space, and we'll get through this together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're not feeling well, just stay home. Make
Exactly.
it easy.
Yeah. Stay on the couch.
Just stay on the couch. Lisa Joe from California. Thank you, Lisa, for watching. My dad's out there as he's doing his thing. As we're going down your sheet here, I noticed that the card shows for July 10th through 12th are still canceled, but
Yes.
considering that's last week,
Yes.
we don't worry about that.
Sometimes I don't edit completely.
Well, you were busy yesterday.
Yes. Oh,
By
I
the
was
way,
definitely busy.
How's the pup yesterday?
She's fine.
Okay.
She's fine. Little ear infection, just
right.
like a child.
Absolutely.
So what?
Okay.
So the next card show is scheduled right now, and I can let people know some good, some bad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it August 14th through the 16th at the Boulevard Mall. We're starting to talk to the county. The county's not being all too forthgiving with licenses, and I can't fault them. But realistically, I hate it because I want to get back into the action with the sports and collectible shows. The people, they've been clamoring for them. The vendors have been clamoring for them. So I want to get them going again. But the county, which is where the Boulevard Mall falls under, 14th through 16th is definitely becoming a possible issue. So we need to definitely address that. And we need to also mute my phone here.
Oh, phew.
Yes, it's
All of it.
my phone.
Okay, I was thinking that we were being visited again, and it only took 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting here, and I'm like, wait, that's my phone. Yeah.
Oh,
rule
that's
one,
funny, funny.
of being in TV or radio is mute your phone.
Absolutely.
So here's the deal. August 14th,
I'm still hearing feedback. Oh,
that's our producer now.
no, it's not me. I'm on mute. Anyway,
We'll figure this out.
that's all right. We got to get the kinks out in the morning.
Yeah, it's been a long couple days. But 14th through the 16th, our guest for that would be Lucha Underground and, let's see, all-time comedian Marty
Oh
the
my
Moth,
gosh.
Marty Casillas.
We still laugh about his
Oh,
appearance.
absolutely. He will be there signing autographs come hell or high water, we'll call it. So if we're doing the sports card show, he'll be there. If not, we'll do the in-store signing with him. We are still talking to Vicky Guerrero about
Okay.
that show. If it didn't work out for that one, we were going to do her in the next show, but
Okay.
unfortunately, she is busy that weekend
Yes.
because the next show is announced.
Okay.
And City of Henderson has licensed it, unless everything closes down again. But that will be Sunset Station on September 5th and 6th.
Okay.
It's also Labor Day
I
weekend.
was just going to say, that's what it
So
sounded
it
like.
should be a huge turnout. We're going to
Okay.
be over by the bowling alley in a huge open area. It's limited to about 27 tables, but I guarantee you they're all sold out.
Oh, I'm sure. That's good news. That's
Yeah.
something good to look forward to.
Absolutely.
If it were possible, could you do an online collectible show?
Well, that'd be tough because you have the eBays and you have the Amazons to compete with. I know a lot of vendors are doing the little video chats and
Right.
selling their merchandise. It's sort of a QVC show. I'm not saying anything against them.
Right.
I just don't have the time or I don't like that format for myself and my business.
Right on.
So, but if you want to purchase, online store at www.powerplaysportscards.com. And I'm still getting international orders. I can't tell how many people. I am not shipping international, but a couple people yesterday said you've got such good products and good prices, and I hate to boost my own
Sure,
ego,
sure.
but they ordered, they bought them, and they said put them on a shelf. We don't want to lose them. and just ship them when you can. And one was in Canada, one was in Australia.
And that speaks volume for what the collectibles market is all about nowadays. People want their stuff.
Yes.
They find their product. They pay for it. They're willing to wait for it. And that's great. That's great that people are still looking and shopping all over the world and understanding the situation, are somewhat patiently waiting.
Yes,
But at least they're waiting.
Exactly. And, that's the key. Right now, we're still, a lot of people don't understand international shipping is really slow right now. And
Right.
it's not only hurting just the average Amazon, eBay, my websites,
Sure.
but it's also hurting the hobby because not only comics, cards, the holders, the plastics, the
Oh, yeah.
protectors,
Oh, the accessories.
it's all made in China.
Wow.
And so there's, they call them transportainers and things like that.
Right.
Just sitting on ships waiting for clearance to come in. And it's just amazing. The pops, those Funko Pops.
Yep.
My buddy Matt over at Pop Shack. When he gets those little holders that protect your pop, he
Right.
sells out like in a matter of a
Sure,
day.
sure.
And he can't order enough.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for the business, bad in terms of restocking, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, we're going to step aside for our first break of the morning, and then when we come back, we just have some general sports talk topics that we want to talk about. We'd love to get your input. Our phone numbers are right there on the screen. Give us a call during that segment. We're going to talk about basically all the major sports and give us some input and some news. And then after that, we're going to get into some hobby and collectible stuff. So you don't want to go anywhere away from this show, because you're watching Power Play Sports Collectible Show right here on Go Live Vegas. That's Scott. I'm Aaron. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's not easy. The mask kind of makes people uncomfortable. I don't have much of a social life. I wish people could see me for who I am, just trying to fit in. Be a good friend. Make a living. I know. The whole chainsaw thing. The woods. Sneaking up on people. I get it. I don't have the best reputation. But the thing is, behind the mask, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not scary at all. I have a cat.
Hi, I'm Wally Joyner. Listen to the Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast every week and visit the store at the Boulevard Mall.
Hey, welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectible Show. Aaron and Scott, Aaron E, pushing the buttons for everybody to watch and hear. Good stuff, man. You know what? I'm looking at myself in a monitor, not because I'm egotistical,
Yes, you
but I look really healthy and tanned. Look at that. Look how even my goatee is standing out.
Yeah, the gray just
The gray's just standing out.
pops.
Doggone it. I know.
The PSA that we just did.
Oh, yes.
I love the PSA. It brings some humor to the situation we're in. And don't be offended, Las Vegas people, or any other city, state you're in, because it does say
New York
at the end.
Right.
But I just love that. It's
a funny perspective.
It's a funny perspective. I
Absolutely.
wish Las Vegas might want to do something like that.
Well, they put a mask on the Statue of Liberty in front of New York, so
Yeah, but
that
it
I
didn't,
did see.
I
I know.
Bring
But-
some humor to this.
Yeah.
Sisolak, Goodman,
All right.
Anyway,
We
with that
move
being
on.
said, we got a couple Jeffs in the room. Jeff Jorgensen, Jeff Bronk, who's
Yep.
huge wrestling fan, always there, and Chris Chandler from Chadman Designs. He's there.
Right.
Yeah, we got everybody in the chat room today. They missed me.
They missed it, you?
They missed me, and they also missed you.
Yeah. On the screen right now, you'll see a QR code box. Of course, anytime during the show or
Yeah,
after.
right. Pressure's on.
Huh? Oh, right?
No, you failed. There
I
you
did
go.
so well last night. That QR code, if you put your QR code scanner on that, it'll take you right to the PowerPlaySportsCards.com website. Even after the show, even on podcasts, when you review the video, you can click on that. And of course, it'll take you right to the website, as well as visiting jointhefan.com. Click on the Hall of Fame tab, and you'll also see the banner for Power Play Sports Cards. That's a little cheap plug for our 10 o'clock show. Our house, our
We're
boys.
everywhere.
We're everywhere. My goodness. Anyway, so, all right, let's get started. We have people in the chat room. 702-329-6947. Call us. We
Yes.
want your input on these topics. Let's start with baseball.
Well, first of all, they don't have to be a sports collectibles. They
No.
can call and talk about sports
Call
too.
and talk about
because
sports.
we kind of split the show up, and
Thoughts count anywhere.
yeah, that's
See
a
what-
cheap pop.
see what I
I
did?
almost got confused. Is it Wednesday night? So, baseball talk.
Yes.
And I wanted your opinion. This
Yes.
has been pressing on me for over a week.
Okay.
Day games only. And I think baseball missed the boat. Mm-hmm. The fact that you have a lot of people still at home.
Right.
Shortened season.
Right.
And you need to get younger viewers and fans because the average baseball fan, I'm not the average baseball fan age now. You are by far, but is 52.
Jeez.
You're-
Do I have a target over here or something?
but you got to make up for the whole last week that I had to do your shows for.
Oh, jeez.
But the average baseball fan is 52.
Okay.
And you don't see the kids outside in the streets playing baseball anymore. Really, you don't. You see them playing soccer, you see them playing football, basketball, but baseball's missed that mark, and I think it's because a lot of the prime time is all they're thinking. And if you're in the East Coast and you're happen to be a Yankee or a Yankees fan, and they're playing, let's say, the Angels, 7 o'clock start. That's 10 o'clock back there. The game doesn't end until 1 in the morning. And I really think with all the games that they could have had, and they could have spread it out like hockey's doing, you could have had some early morning games. The Cubs love to do them, so why not some other cities have some day games to allow the kids to watch more baseball and get in tune with the game?
And I do totally agree with that. And that argument always comes up during playoff times because
Yes.
all playoff games, for the most part, are always in the evening because it's prime time.
Yes.
And so your younger community doesn't get a chance to watch unless they're able to stay up till like 1 in the morning if you're in the East Coast. I totally agree with that. I think that especially now where there's no fans, you've got to make the game more accessible to everybody. It's going to be bad enough watching it without fans in the stands. So at least give the product an opportunity for everybody to see the action. And I agree, there should be a lot more games during the day, especially now. Granted, it's summer and kids will not be in school anyway, but people are looking for things to watch.
Yes.
They need that.
You know, the reruns of 2.5 Men and MASH, I'm done with. You know, gone through the season, you know.
I got 7 more episodes of Bones, and then I got to find something else. Crying out loud. But anyway, I totally agree. Why don't you touch on the next one you had there, because that one caught me off guard this morning.
Caught you off guard, and I think it's eating at you because you're a Yankees fan.
No, not at all, because we dealt with the Mets AAA team here, and I went because it's baseball.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Sheldon Adelson has put in a bid or is talked about being one of the potential buyers of the New York Mets, along with 3 or 4 other buying groups, one that also includes J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez, et cetera, et cetera. But also, I guess, as part of that, rumors that the Mets might be moved to Vegas if Sheldon takes the team.
Obviously, he's the owner of the Sands Corporation
Yeah.
and wants a lot of stuff here. And it looks like if he buys the Mets, move him out west.
I don't know. I'm concerned about that move for a couple of reasons. Number one, this town can only support so much. We're
True.
only 2.5 million people. Okay, Mets here, yes, it would bring a lot of East Coast people, but yet, hey, just like when the Dodgers left Brooklyn and came to the West Coast, people hated the Dodgers. And so I don't know. I mean, I get the connection. And that would mean more tax money probably to build yet another stadium, unless Allegiant Stadium somehow can be formed as a baseball facility as well, which I don't think it can.
No, I think what they would do is, people seem to forget the Oakland A's played their opening weekend, or actually their opening week,
Right.
I think about 10, 15 years ago at Cashman
At Cashman,
Field.
I do
because
remember.
of the issues at the Coliseum in Oakland.
Right.
The Las Vegas Ballpark is awesome.
Right.
It is the best in minor league baseball. It only holds 10,000.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. But for a year or two, possibly put them there.
Could you see Sheldon Adelson agreeing to buying this team for multi-billions of dollars and then only getting revenue from 10,000 people? I don't.
But I could see him funding a stadium very close to his Madison Square Garden sphere,
The sphere,
behind the
yeah.
Sands.
But is there property back there for a stadium?
There is property. They've talked about an arena for basketball, which we already got T-Mobile. Why
Right,
try that?
right.
And also down the street where the old Wet and Wild used to be.
Right.
Now next
Where
to
the
the
S-
old /
slash-
Sahara SLS.
Right.
That land was allocated for a new stadium. There's huge parking across the street where the monorail doesn't use it. Their parking. So there are options to keep it in the city area,
Wow.
sort of like T-Mobile. If not, my thought, move it out to Henderson next to the Raiders practice facility. Lots of land out there.
Very true. Well, again, with the fight of Henderson with extra money that we've recently had.
We'll talk about that later.
Anyway, well, listen, East Coast, Mets fans, Vegas residents, what do you think about the possibility of the Mets coming to Las Vegas if Sheldon Adelson does buy the team? Call us now, 702-329-6947. Send us a tweet with your comment. We'd love to read it online using hashtag PPSC Live. Get in now. We want to hear from you. Call us. Joe Chief must be in the house.
I was just going to say you have a stalker.
All right, my stalker's back. I
Yes.
haven't seen him pop up, but I saw Jeff say hi to him. So give us a call. We want to know what your thoughts are. Tweet us, call us regarding the possibility of Sheldon getting ownership and possibly having the Las Vegas Metropolitans being part of our community. I don't see Henderson Metropolitan is the full name of the Mets.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know how many people knew that. But
And we'll talk about names
yes,
right now.
Go for it.
NFL. I want to hear what the callers say. Call in. You know, you have the numbers. I can read them again.
702-329-6, they're right on the screen.
Or 855-502-4321.
For those out of the U.S.
Redskins. What's your thoughts?
Well, I've stated from the beginning that these team names, in my opinion, and this is only one man's opinion, were used to honor those parts of society.
True.
Okay, that's my feeling on it. Okay, I think though in Washington, the Daniel Snyder stigmatism,
Which we'll talk
about next, because now Washington, you might as well just blow up that team at this point, because I don't know how you recover from this. I think in a way, changing the name will serve a few purposes. Number one, we know why they have to look at changing now. FedEx, Nike, and of course society being what it is. And Daniel Snyder for many years saying it'll never change. Okay, well, let's fast forward to today. You've got them now agreeing to, they've officially retired the word Redskins, so they're the Washington unknowns right now.
Yeah.
Some names are out there, and you can go online and check it out. But now with this other issue coming up, a fresh start with a new name and a new logo, maybe it just kind of changes like a fresh coat of paint. I'm not saying it's going to put everything behind. Ron Rivera came out and said the same thing. We've got to change the culture. We've got to do this. Well, if this stuff's been going on for 15 years, how does Daniel Snyder not know that this stuff was going on? So if you're going to change the name and you're going to put all these policies in place, the NBA got Donald Sterling to sell his team because of all the issues. I'm sorry, but I think the NFL, though run by the other team owners and the commissioners, nothing more than a voice for the owners, this might also be a time to clean out Daniel Snyder and his ownership, too.
Absolutely. And, you know, we've talked about it a little bit on other shows, and that is the Redskins. First of all, the logo is going to be the R. It's already on the field.
Okay. I haven't seen that. But that was used previously. That was an old.
True. And I think realistically it's going to be Red Tails.
To honor the Skiki Airmen. Yep.
Yep. And they can keep the R for the Red Tails, so they don't
Okay.
have to change a lot of licensing there or a lot of product that's already printed over in China. So, you know, if it just has the R on it, you're still halfway there.
Great line. Great point.
The other thing is, where does it stop? Yankees?
I'm going to tell you right now, if the Yankees ever consider changing their name, I'm giving up my MLB card and probably sports cards.
You can pick out
Everything.
everything.
Yep.
And where does it stop? I mean, you know, you get PETA involved and all the animal names go away. It's SeaWorld went away, Ringling Brothers went away.
That's true.
Or not
So what do you call the Seattle Seahawks and Philadelphia Eagles ball games?
They're
Seattle and Philly.
Yeah, Seattle football team.
Jeez.
You know, you can't, but you can't even call it a pigskin anymore.
No, well, that's,
Because
the farmer in the Dell will get very unhappy with
exactly. You know, the three little piggies and stuff like that. So no, I just think that we need to stop somewhere. And the Daniel Snyder over the last few days with the sexual misconduct
Yes.
and things of that nature.
15 former employees.
Yeah. First of all, he's not really a great owner, but until something comes out, judgment, we do have to give him the right to,
Yeah, but again, I'm just going to go back to the fact that if he's the overlord,
Yes.
how do you not know what's going on in your organization? The guy's on the field, knows what everybody does. How do you not know administratively what is going on under your house roof? I'm sorry, I understand what you're saying, innocent until proven guilty, but at the same token, when you're a boss, you're a manager, you know everything. You should know everything, not to micromanage, but to know what's going on under your house.
So I'm going to say one name, and I want the camera on Aaron when I say this name.
Go for it.
Because I want to see his reaction. Paterno.
I totally agree.
Oh, okay. You've
I
been
totally
a
agree.
Penn State fan.
I totally agree. But there is alleged record. I wasn't there, but that
God bless you weren't there.
I didn't play football either there. Yeah, it was a shot in the heart for me when that all happened because of Paterno.
Yeah.
Okay. Allegedly, there's documentation that he did go to administration in the proper channels. Okay. Whether Paterno, as the figurehead that he was, should have stood out and said more, done more personally, open for debate. I'm not even questioning that.
Good.
But the fact that from the standpoint of procedures within the college university ranks of going up the chain like there is in many corporations when there's issues, right? There's documentation. I've not seen it. I'm just simply sharing what I've read over the years.
Yeah.
That he did go to the proper channels to voice their concern about Sandusky and that whole issue. Now, I was devastated. My program has a black eye on it, but I'm very proud of James Franklin and Bill O'Brien with what they've done to take Penn State forward again, paralleling to what I'm talking about with Washington.
You know what's amazing is, I'm a Michigan boy, and, obviously Penn State, Michigan do have somewhat of a rivalry, not like the Ohio State folks, but I am impressed on how well Penn State rebounded from all the turmoil, black eye, and also the, scholarships and things that they lost. They really did a great job in rebounding that program.
I see comments popping up in the chat line, and as we're talking, I can't always get to them. So those in there that are asking questions and making comments, I want to encourage you to please call in with your questions so we can talk about it. 702-329-6947. There was one that I saw pop up. Chief believes that the Subway Series between the Mets and Yankees is too strong and too dependent, that he does not think the Mets would leave. I would kind of lean that way myself, but I know there's other comments coming in about what we're talking about, and I would love for folks to call in. Also, while you're out there on social media, on our Facebook page, Power Play Sports Collectibles, on our YouTube channel, all of those pages, make sure you subscribe to those channels so that every time we do a show, you at least get an identifier or notification that our show's live or a new show is available for you to watch if you don't catch it live. So please make sure you subscribe to all the channels, as well as Go Live Vegas. If there's something with all the stuff goes on here at the station, subscribe to Go Live Vegas too and get notifications on everything that's going on here.
Absolutely. And as much as our chat room is blowing up, we got John Rankin in there. A lot of people that follow our other shows.
Yeah.
If you're a small business, why aren't you advertising? We have advertising programs affordable for all the shows you and I do, being, Our House, Our Voice, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Power Play Sports Collectibles.
And the station in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a 24/7 music station that plays here, and there's advertising available for 24/7 as well. The whole thing is available.
So jump in on the family.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Football is it.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. Basketball, man, I really was tired last night. I
was noticing what you were trying to say there.
Wow. NBA, this is what's interesting for me. Individual season award trophies and, MVP, Rookie of the Year, is not going to count towards the little tournament or when the season restarts. They're only going on the first half.
Ew.
Or even half or whatever you want to call it.
Ew.
I'm not cool with that.
Neither am I. If you're going to do that, don't have the awards at all. That makes no sense to me.
I mean,
now, granted, I think they're only going to play, 8 regular season games before they go into their playoff tournament? Okay. I kind of understand where they're going through with that, but I'm sorry. I don't think baseball should give out those awards on a 60-game season. I don't think basketball, from what you're telling me now, same thing. If you're going to do that and base it on how many games did they play before they got cut off? Some 40-ish games, right?
Like that, yeah.
Okay. For 40 games, why give out awards? I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
And granted, he had a great couple weeks, but Zion Williams, who should be Rookie of the Year, is there a qualification of how many games you had to play? If that is the case, he might not be eligible.
Exactly. And then speaking of Zion, he had to leave the bubble due to family reasons, but we wish him and his family well, whatever they are. But look, I don't think if that's what they're going to base it on, there should be no awards. Put an asterisk next to it. I even think the championship should have an asterisk next to it, just as I do in baseball. If the Yankees win like everybody's predicting, there should be an asterisk next to their name. But I think a Cy Young, a strikeout leader, a hit, the hits average winner, homer, none of those awards should be given based on 60 games. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't think it should happen. Same thing with the NHL. Don't give out awards for 40 games. It doesn't make sense.
Absolutely. Now, here's the time where I'm going to literally piss off all the Golden Knights fans.
All right, here you go. Wait,
Yes.
Can we have a drum roll?
First of all, the arena. Well, this won't piss the fans off. This will piss off the ownership. The petition, Mr. Snell, who we talked to a couple weeks ago,
Yes.
he even alluded to no matter what the petition you signed, the legal ramifications and the politicians will find a way to throw it out and say it's not valid. Well, yes, they did. And, in today's society, with all the things going on, you should listen to all sides.
Yes.
One of my favorite movies, it's not a very popular movie. I think he's dying over there.
The water.
Yes.
The water went down,
Yeah,
started going down
it's
the
too
wrong way.
fresh. The
Yes.
alcohol that you had over the last week on vacation.
No alcohol. A lot of water, though.
Okay. But with today's society and wanting to listen, the movie Vantage Point, you have to see everything from different angles. And I think they should have put it to a vote and allowed the public to have their say. And we have a caller.
Yes, we do. It is my buddy Chief. How are you, sir?
Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. You're looking healthy.
Thank you, my friend. Greatly appreciate. I missed you.
Which one, me or you?
No, not you. You're drinking out of a McDonald's cup right now.
Exactly.
What's up, Chief?
Hey, I missed you too. Listen, guys, here's what I think it's about in all sports right now. To me, all the seasons should be canceled. Unfortunately, they're not. It's all due to the mighty dollar.
Yep.
The owners want the money. The players want the money. I mean, come on. We can remember, and I say we collectively. You look at the former ball players that we saw when we were growing up. They were making, what, $15,000, $30,000 a year? Now you're talking millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. It's just all about the money.
As well as sponsorship money now, too, for the players
TV.
and the teams and TV revenue. You mentioned what they played for back in the day. I think we talked about this a while ago, and Chief, you could, with your recollection of sports, I'm sure you remember this. Mickey Mantle signed a contract at the time was what, for $100,000 or $10,000, whatever it was,
I think it was $30,000 a year.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
so
And that was the big contract back then.
Exactly. My, how the times have changed. But in a way, listen, Chief, I agree with you. In a way, these shortened seasons, yes, we need the distraction. As a sports fan, yes, I kind of want to see it. But in the overall scheme of things, it's not enough. It's not, like you said, the almighty dollar is certainly too strong. So, Chief, as always, buddy, thanks for calling in.
Absolutely,
All right,
Chief.
guys. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you, sir.
So
Bye-bye.
continuing to piss off the Knights fans, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yes.
First few days of practice, he was sitting on the bench.
How come? Did he have a hangnail or something?
No. Mark is in great shape.
Okay.
He doesn't fit the scheme.
Doesn't fit the scheme.
Yeah, obviously, everybody's, ooh, Coach DuBois.
Right.
Well, the Knights fans had an aneurysm when we got rid of Coach Gallant. They're going to have another aneurysm and plus. And that is the fact that Marc-Andre Fleury, I love him. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's great. Lerner right now is the better goaltender. He's younger, quicker, faster, stronger.
Mm-hmm.
People don't... Hockey's still new to Vegas.
Right.
People don't understand. He was an all-star last year.
Right.
He was the all-star goalie for the East. And basically, in a nutshell, how do you pay both and how do you go forward? Right now, Marc-Andre Fleury is probably going to be the backup. And I hate to say that. I'd love to see Mark start. It's nothing against him. But if you're going to win in this kind of a shortened season, you got to go with the better goaltender.
You know what? For sprint, I can't disagree with you.
And, so he was sitting the bench along with a couple of the young guys down from, up from Chicago, down from Chicago,
Right,
whatever you want to
right.
were playing as the other goaltender. So Mark was literally sitting on the bench. And
Wow.
it's unfortunate because he's definitely, in my opinion, first ballot Hall of Famer. And I think he needs to stay here in Vegas no matter what we can do.
Absolutely. All right, we're running it. Unless
Yep.
you want to run through the
Let's
bottom.
just run through the bottom real quick.
Well, I meant if you want to run through the bottom break and just keep going.
We'll finish this one. We'll
Okay.
go to a break because
All right.
we have a commercial about our advertising that you haven't seen.
Oh.
But yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So with the NHL, people are worried because the Rogers Place, which is the stadium up in Edmonton, they're all excited here in Vegas because we might get the team in the
I
game.
saw the video.
But yeah, it's only in the non-playing areas and the concession areas. They had some water damage from the storms that went
Right.
through, and so don't think that we're going to get the hub city just because they had a little incident. It will be fixed.
Wow.
Don't worry. But
I did see that.
Yeah, NASCAR, 20,000 fans in Bristol.
I saw that.
They were all socially distanced. When you have a 100,000 seat stadium,
Still looked empty.
It still looked empty. And those that are interested,
I did see this.
Yes.
I was just shedding a tear over this as I read it.
Danica Patrick and Aaron Rodgers are no longer a couple.
No, don't say it.
Don't say
it's
it.
not so.
Yes, he'll be showing up on The Bachelor, or she'll be on The Bachelorette next season.
That's right.
And the soccer news, the Las Vegas Lights, you can have your face on the cardboard cutout in the stands.
Do you have to pay for that?
Yes, you will have to pay for that, but I think that's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
We should do one for every show on Go Live. Get our
Exactly.
faces out on all those cardboard stands at the soccer games.
So with that being said, why don't we take our last commercial break, and then we're on the home stretch of collectibles and birthdays, and we'll just step aside for about 30 to 60 seconds.
Like he said, we'll be back.
What's up, guys? This is Jeff Cobb. Be sure to listen to my favorite wrestling show, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on Go Live Vegas.
Looking to advertise your small business at a low cost? Do you need your commercial designed or actually produced for you? Advertise on two of the hottest shows on the internet, Power Play Sports Collectibles and Thoughts Count Anywhere. Both shows with getting over 40,000 views per week for only one low cost. For more information, please email info@thoughtscountanywhere.com.
All right, welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. That's Scott. I am Aaron. Thank you for tuning in. Now, let's get into some meaty stuff about the collectible arena.
First of all, it's going crazy. Trading card boxes at the store and across the internet and other shops around the country flying off the shelves. You used to be able to go into Target and Walmart by the register, find trading cards. Now they're limiting packs and limiting boxes, and the shelves are empty. Supplies, singles, novelties. People are clamoring for sports.
Yep.
As we spoke about earlier. Next bit of news.
Interesting.
Christie's Auction House. They've partnered with Michael Jordan.
Uh-oh.
And now they have some game-used sneakers. They have 11 lots, some from basically the Olympics, some from some popular playoff games. We have on the screen there shot of some game-used sneakers. Obviously, looks like people are stepping on each other's feet.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And they're being pegged to go for probably about $500,000 each.
Wow.
For sneakers of Michael Jordan.
Now, is there a COA that comes with these? How do you-
Absolutely, they're coming from Michael himself.
Okay.
I guess him or the team took them, being the Bulls, obviously,
Sure.
not the Wizards. No one cares. And then I wonder if Harry Potter organization's going to complain about the Wizards' name. I just had to say it.
Jeez Louise.
But realistically,
Wow.
I mean, that's some, and
Yeah.
the price has increased ever since they had the documentary
Sure.
about Michael. So
Probably planned that way.
exactly, Redskins merchandise, it's crazy. It really is, and not crazy bad, but crazy good.
People collecting the
Oh,
last bit of it.
absolutely. Amazon, Walmart, Target, they all pulled it off the shelf. Madden's taking
Saw that.
the name off. I didn't pull the merchandise, but you know what? I don't have any merchandise. I can tell you in the last week, we have people clamoring for Redskins merchandise.
I don't doubt it.
And people coming in, begging, and, it's nowhere to be found.
Right. As you know, I'm a huge hat collector.
Yes.
And I have some novelty stuff, cowboy hats and novelty hats, but I do have football helmets. Penn State,
Yes.
Syracuse. The very first item that I purchased as early teens was a Redskins helmet.
Very cool.
And I still have it hanging on my wall. Just because it's a football helmet, not because of anything.
Well, you're a Giants fan too, so that's
It's
that
the
division. You
East, I
said
know.
Cowboys and Redskins. I was like, oh, all you need is the Eagles in there.
No. But now that I know that the helmet may be worth something because of what it is.
absolutely.
Probably just $5 and I could use that at Starbucks.
Here is the best part of news in the sports collectibles. And
All
we
right.
have two pictures. We have a picture of a case, and we
Okay.
also have a picture of a box. This case here is a sealed case of 1986-87 Fleer. They don't think it was even. They didn't think any existed. That was the first year Fleer came out with basketball again.
Okay.
It was the resurgence, and it has Michael Jordan's rookie card, along with a lot of other rookies they consider. But MJ's rookie is in there, and you should get about 40 of them.
Okay.
If the
Within the
math-
box.
Within the case, because they're
Okay.
in the case.
Oh, it's in the case.
Yeah. There's, I think, 20 boxes in a case, 36 packs in a box, just like the old day. There's gum. And he has them up on the screen, I think. No, pull up the case. The case there. No, case. It's marked case. You had it up there. There you go. It's still sealed.
Wow.
And,
Now, is that?
no, there's 12 boxes. I correct myself. But
What is it? Is that water damage to the box on the
no,
inside, or
that's
is that
actually
tape?
glue from the tape.
Gotcha.
And the tape is still there. It's still
Wow.
intact. They found it in a warehouse, and bidding started at $500,000
Per box? Or
no,
for the whole lot?
for the whole case of the
Okay.
12 boxes. And realistically, they said within an hour the bid was over $1 million. Now you should get 40 Michael Jordan rookie cards in there, and you should get probably 30 to 40 of these stickers. And the price of these graded Michael Jordans, if they come out centered, and that could just be astronomical. So people are bidding on this, with obviously not me, but
No, not us.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a gold mine you just found.
Jeez.
So some other interesting things that are on eBay right now. There's a press pass signed by Carl Yastrzemski, and it's basically from 50 years ago.
Okay.
And it's most notable being the All-Star game for Pete Rose crashing into Ray Fosse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's signed. It's on eBay right now. I thought it was kind of cool. Bid right now is $295.
$295?
Yeah, it's reasonable, and I think it's pretty cool. Carl Yastrzemski, he was the All-Star Game MVP.
Right. If Neil Portnoy's watching.
Oh, yes, Boston Red Sox.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there you go, Neil. You got a little something you can do while you're home today.
Exactly.
He's a little under the weather, so he may just call in later. But there you go.
Another thing is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, love that movie.
It's a great movie. We watched it the other night.
It was, I saw it was just on again.
And it's almost been 35 years, to think, 35 years. And there is a ticket stub that has been authenticated by PSA, and it's unused. It's from the day the filming was at Wrigley Field.
Right.
And the movie or TV,
Right.
you know. And right now it's on eBay, and it's going for about $430.
Wow. Now, was that an actual, do you know if that was actually a game
It was
being
a game,
played?
yeah.
That they filmed all this?
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
So I think that's a unique item. I mean,
is-
those are things that I'm not a huge Cubs. I'm more of a Dodger fan, but
Sure.
those are things that I just, as me as a collector, I hang stuff like that on the wall.
Now, was that from anybody that was at the game? That wasn't a particular one that, let's see, Matthew Broderick had in his hand to get
No,
into the game. That
no.
was just a general ticket.
General ticket.
Gotcha. Wow. There you talk about unique. There it is right
and
there.
people didn't know they were actually filming only people kind of around that
Sure,
area.
sure.
So people just didn't realize that they were part of history in the
Wow.
movies.
That's cool. Well, plus it also gave them an opportunity for just normal reactions
Yeah.
to what was going on in the game and the crowd around them.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Another item that's currently on eBay is a Babe Ruth autograph with Michael Jordan's been added to it. Somebody had an index card, and it's coming up here on the screen very shortly. There it is.
Okay.
The Babe Ruth, and both autographs have been authenticated once again by PSA. So I don't know if I would have added Michael Jordan to that. It just doesn't look right, but they're two of the greatest in the game.
I hate to ask this, was there a value placed on that thing?
Yeah, right now on eBay it's $24,000.
I have to say, I'm surprised it's that low.
You got two great players there. Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Now, I'm curious.
I'm kind of thinking it's that low because the true collector, if you're a baseball collector, you want Ruth. If you
Right.
want, a basketball, you want Jordan.
Right. Even though he
Teaming them
played for the White
together,
Sox, doesn't count.
Teaming them together, I don't know.
So that leads me to my next question. What would those signatures be worth if they were separate and not on the same card?
Well, obviously, Ruth usually is about $20K.
Okay.
Jordan is about $4 to $5K by himself, so it is holding.
Really?
But I really think because he's still alive too, but he is Upper Deck certified, only through them. But
wow,
I don't know.
I'm surprised. I thought it would have been much higher than that, but based on what you're saying, it's actually right in line with the market.
And that's and just the Ruth autograph is incredible. Just the fact, the age and things of that nature, because you see a lot of baseballs in that have been weathered and things like that, because they didn't have Sharpies back then.
No, they didn't.
So for all those people that are faking autographs, Sharpie baseballs Sharpies did not exist. So Babe Ruth Sharpie signed baseballs do not exist.
Exactly. My goodness.
So this week we've got a lot of products that are coming out, and like I told you earlier, the products are flying off the shelves.
Yep.
And the prices are going through the roof.
Right.
Now, some of these are not even out yet. They're not the suggested retail price, I can tell you that. And this is for a box of cards, not a case, a box. And the new product's coming out in the next, I'll say, week to 10 days. Top Sterling Baseball.
Okay.
That's $800 a box right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. Upper Deck Ultimate Hockey is $150. Upper Deck Premier Hockey is right now at $225.
All right, so what's the difference for those who don't know between Ultimate and Premier?
They're different card sets.
Okay.
When you and I were growing up, we had Tops.
Right.
And then Upper Deck, Tops, Fleer, Donruss came out. So there was 4 sets. Well, that wasn't enough. Then you had Top Stadium Club, which was a higher end set. So what the manufacturer...
What makes it higher end?
Well, the regular Topps baseball cards were just basically the standard card, no gloss, just a cardboard picture. And then Top Stadium Club came out, and it was high gloss, fancy color scheme, gold, etching on the card, overlay foil, whatever you want to call it. So when they started doing that, all the companies jumped on board because they wanted to sell more. It's like printing money. So needless to say, they've come out with Premier, Glass, you name it, all sorts of different names. So Ultimate is obviously the cheaper of the two. Premier would be a better card with maybe more inserts, more autographs. They call them hits in a box.
Okay.
And that's going for about $225.
Wow.
Chronicles Basketball 2019-2020, which has kind of been put on hold, is coming out at about $700 a box.
This is good. This may sound like a silly question, but this is where my brain goes after vacation. Is that the same parent company that makes those as the restaurant? No, I'm just kidding. That's a sandwich.
Yeah, I was sitting there. Panini. Oh,
Right. Sorry.
Panera.
Panera Bread. Sorry.
You just gave them a free commercial.
I'll send a bill.
Exactly. 2020 Upper Deck Goodwin Champions.
Okay.
And that is coming out at $100 a box, which is at least more affordable for the average person.
Sure.
2020 Topps Museum.
Now, let me go back. I'm sorry. I'm asking these questions as someone who's a novice to it.
Who might just be watching the show for the first time.
So, for a box of Upper Deck, that's $100. Okay. Good for the collectors, but what does that do anything for the value of the cards that are in there? Because the cost of the box was less than the $800 on the other
The
one.
higher end prices of the boxes means you get better cards, possibly better inserts and better autographs, or dual autographs, or booklets that have like 5 or 6 autographs in there. Yes, but once again, are you doing this for a business, or are you doing this for fun? And you and I had that conversation with Cain Velasquez last night. Velasquez.
I was just going to say.
You're bleeding off on me there. But yeah, it's affordable. And you know, why not enjoy baseball cards? Yeah, especially if you got a youngster who's just getting into the hobby. Why spend $800? The National Treasures boxes, which I don't know if you were here for that. When Marcel was here, we were talking. Yeah, that's right. You were here. They're at $10,000 a box now.
It just blows my mind. And God bless the collectibles market. But it's just crazy what people will pay for a picture of somebody who is looking, probably like if you're paying $10,000, you're probably the person who's looking at this as an investment.
Absolutely.
Because you want that holy grail card in there.
Well, like the holy grail of that set has not been found yet, and it's going up towards $1 million. That's that one-of-one Zion Williams.
The bounty card,
Yeah,
right?
the bounty card,
Right.
as they're calling it. It has not been found yet.
Wow.
So at least I haven't heard over the last couple days. And the company Blowout Cards, if I'm not mistaken, is offered close to $1 million now. They will fly you there first class
To get it.
hand you the money, and you can walk away. And I sell it in a heartbeat.
You wouldn't.
Heartbeat.
You wouldn't need unemployment if you find that card.
Yeah, don't go there. I haven't heard those conversations in a week. And the last that's coming out this week is Donruss Elite Football. eBay pricing right now is about $275 a box.
Is there when you buy this stuff? Look, if somebody. Very cool. If somebody, let me backtrack. When someone walks into your store to buy a card, a box, or whatever, and this is a biased opinion, I know where it's coming from because of your credibility and your involvement in the business. But when somebody buys something like this on eBay from a seller, obviously I would think you would do your homework on that seller, you look at their page, certified, and all that stuff. What kind of risk, though, are they taking? Is a buyer taking by buying something like this off of an eBay, off of an Amazon, or whatever, in terms of its true value? It is what you're buying versus a potential knockoff or potential whatever, versus coming into a store like yours, a Power Play Sports Collectibles at the Boulevard Mall, to talk to somebody who's been in the industry and know that you're getting the quality that you're paying for.
True. And here's the scoop. Years ago, packs used to be the wax packs.
Yes.
And people, unscrupulous people, used to steam them open and take the good cards out, and then they went to the foil packs, which is obviously more. Now, people started weighing them and or feeling them for the thickness, because obviously the jersey cards are thicker and they would weigh them.
So there's tells.
Oh, there's tails. And that is one reason I don't sell open packs in my store unless they just sold them as open packs from the manufacturer. I prefer to sell boxes because they're sealed now. Not only are they foil packed, they're in packages. And one way the manufacturers got away with the thickness of the cards for the, we'll call them the unscrupulous searchers, is they put blank cards in there that were the same size. So it was like, ooh, I found and you open it up, it's just a blank insert card to play with the weight and the thickness. But, you know, most of the manufacturers now, they foil wrap, like Panini. They foil or cello wrap it, and they have this logo of Panini or Upper Deck on it. So yeah, the other thing is, when you buy a box of cards, remember, it is gambling. You are not going to get all the time the greatest card in the world. So don't get. And when it says you have a chance of 1 hit per box or 2 hits, it's not guaranteed. Read the small print on the side of the box. So don't go after your local card person and say, I didn't get the Mike Trout rookie card in this, because you're not guaranteed that. It's the risk you're taking.
Absolutely.
And don't blame the small business owner. And if you want to blame somebody, you're taking the risk in gambling.
Absolutely.
But have fun with it.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot. But like you said, the bottom line is that if you're doing this to have fun, leave a legacy perhaps for others in your family, things like that, and just, because right now, I think with everything that's going on in sports, the cards on all sports are the things you want to collect right now, because we don't really know where sports is heading. Forget the rest of it, even with the games being played, we don't know where it's going to be this year. 60 games baseball may only turn out to be 30 if there's an issue. Football, colleges are talking about pushing winter sports to spring if certain things don't happen. So get some cards and use them to enjoy. I remember the time when, and I look, that sort of thing.
And you and I've had that conversation last night, and that's always been my motto. And it hasn't gone well with other vendors, but
that's okay.
The way I want to do it, and that's why I've stayed in business for over 35 years, is the fact that I tell people, if this is your last $20, go put food on your table.
Absolutely.
Don't buy a box of baseball cards or that Mike Trout rookie card or whatever you're going to buy.
The gum's not worth it.
Yeah. But, do what's right for you and your family. But also, I think sports collectibles, and yes, I use it as an investment because I'm a small business owner, but realistically, use it as a hobby. There is not one single hobby that is made to make money, with the exception of coins, because the intrinsic value of the metal, the gold and the silver.
Right on.
Enjoy it. And have fun with it.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. All right, you know what? We're down to like the last 5 minutes. We want to thank I want to give a special shout out right now to everybody who's listening on the Go Live Vegas app. You have downloaded it on your phone, your computer. God bless you. Thank you all for following us right now. And by the way, 10 o'clock, if you haven't gotten enough of Scott and I, 10 o'clock Pacific time in 1 hour, we are hosting Our House, Our Voice, the official fan cast of Join the Fan. And we get to tell everybody who the worst owner of the 21st century was, decided by the fans. We get to do that at 10 o'clock from 10 to 11.
And don't forget, on Wednesday nights, we have Thoughts Count Anywhere based on pro wrestling and maybe a little MMA here and there. And we've got in our chat room right now our co-host, Jason. Jason, you're supposed to be at work right now.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, I saw him pop up.
But realistically...
He's listening to us on the app, of
exactly.
course.
And I'm amazed right now on just the app, not all the other platforms, our producer over there who's diligently working, I think, says there's over 1,100 people right now listening.
God bless you.
All 1099, there's that one person that doesn't like me. Thank you very much. And that's just on the Go Live app.
Absolutely. So thank you to everybody out there. Thank everybody that's watching on Facebook. Our numbers have been strong there this morning and consistent. We appreciate it. All right, a few minutes left. Let's go to the clubhouse turn here. 2-minute warning. Birthdays. What are you looking at me for?
What's a clubhouse turn?
Well, it's like the end of the show.
Horse racing or something.
I know.
That's not part of the script.
We're at the 2-minute warning. Whatever you
Birthdays.
want. Yes.
So here we go. Christy Yamaguchi.
One of the greatest U.S. skaters, right?
Yes. Sweetheart, very pretty young lady.
What is she doing now? She acting or something?
No, I don't know. I know she was training there for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know my friend Lauren is in the chat room. She is big into skating, so maybe she knows what she's doing. So.
Yeah. So she's had a birthday this week.
Right on.
The Irishman.
Yes.
Conor McGregor had a birthday this week.
Man who's retired and come back more times than almost...
Terry Funk.
There you go.
Here's a guy I had to throw on there because we've had conversation about it. Shoeless Joe Jackson. Got a bad rap, got exiled out of baseball, was part of the Black Sox scandal, and was never part of it. He was the one player that, bad rap.
By the way, Jason says the store hasn't opened yet, so he's in good time. So.
Yes, he is. I just had to see if he was really listening. Joe Torre.
Who at the time when he was hired by the Yankees, I thought it was the stupidest move ever. Because he did nothing as a manager with the Mets and the Cardinals and the Braves. And I'm like, Joe Torre, I was not happy with that decision. But now he's on my Christmas card list.
But the question is, was it him?
Or the team.
Or the team.
You have that same question with every winning, Phil Jackson, was he a genius in basketball? Or was it Michael Jordan and Pippen that really did it? You always have that argument. But somebody still has to keep the clubhouse together, still has to have that one voice, sort of keeping everybody in the circle. And that's where I think it happens.
And here's something, and I love him.
Yeah.
But Tommy Lasorda, it's not a birthday, but you talking about, what did we, what?
Chief just told us of a birthday that you forgot.
No, I didn't.
No,
it's
not on the list.
I know, because I was going to surprise you.
All right, never mind.
Yes. Because
Thank you, Chief.
We mentioned it on TCA.
Oh,
okay. But
we'll save that one.
Yeah, I was going to surprise you with that one.
All right. Well, Chief blew it.
So. I know.
You can yell at Chief.
But realistically, Tommy Lasorda, he blew a lot of pitchers' arms.
Yes.
And he's loved, and Koufax. People. He was a pitching coach back then. You can go down the list of the Dodger pitchers that blew because he loved to stay with the starters sometimes too long.
Right.
So you might love Joe Torre, but is it the manager or the players? Continuing on, Jimmy Johnson, not the NASCAR, but the coach of the
JJ.
Dallas Cowboys, who should be he's
Fox
now
analyst and now Hall of Famer.
Now Hall of Famer, who should have still be the Cowboys coach. Barry Sanders. And for the locals, we've got VGK, Nate Schmidt, the comedian, the funny guy of the team, lovable Nate Schmidt.
Right
birthday.
on.
And then our good friend from TCA, Karrion Kross, future NXT World Heavyweight Champion.
I see the red lights up above us. Either that or we're turning into French fries here at the podium.
I think we are French
fries. So I think that means it's time to wrap up. So happy birthday to everybody out there. And if you out there are celebrating a birthday today, over the weekend, anytime up until next Saturday, happy birthday from all of us here at Power Play Sports Collectible Show and Go Live Vegas. So let's wrap up. Let's head on out of here so we can take a break and come back at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, or we'll see you in an hour.
See you in an hour, exactly. All right. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Be safe. Be courteous. We'll get through this. Let's keep Nevada open.
All right. Be kind to each other. Why is that? We're all we got. We'll see you next week on Power Play Sports Collectibles. 10 a.m. though. We're back. Our house, our voice. We'll see you then. Have a great week, everybody.
Damas y caballeros, I am Ricardo Rodriguez, and I want every single person out there to watch my very favorite show, Thoughts Counts Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm Wally Joyner. Listen to the Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast every week and visit the store at the Boulevard Mall.
For